Viewers and subscribers, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for joining us in another one here on the coach's desk. And we're here to give you an update on what took place at the Diamond League. Yeah, man. Big things going on at the Diamond League. It was kind of wavy for the Jamaicans, if you ask me. However, we were there. I think mission was accomplished. It's the first Diamond League. And what one thing I've learned is that we have to be mindful. We have to be in terms of careful how we uh put our expectations on high. Yeah, we have to just trust the process of what the coaches and the athletes are doing as they progress through a long season. All right. So with that said, Shericka Jackson was a part of the 200 meters. And before I tell you what happened in that, even though some persons might have known, I have to talk about Jordon Scott. Yes, Jordon Scott. He did a personal best in the triple jump, 17.27. That is a massive improvement for Jordan, and I think he's getting into his jumping, and definitely this is a big improvement for him, and we look forward to see him continue to improve over the triple jump. It's gonna be good to have another person, competing with a Jadon Hibbert, because trust me, sometimes you're the only one in the event. It kind of gives you a bit of loneliness, and for Jordan to be coming to the fore and doing what he's doing, that is a big deal. You understand? Endure of Botswana clocked a fast meet record of 44.25, ahead of indoor world champion Christopher Bailey, 44.27. The other Botswanan Cullen, he was 44.53. James, that's Kirani James, 44.89. Alexander Doom, 44.92. And all these athletes were sub 45. And that's a good look. Listen, I think the 400 meters stepped up a notch where competitors are concerned. But I have a little concern where Endure is concerned, because Endure has been doing well on the circuit. He seems to be, a circuit bully. And when it comes on to the big league, I have not seen Endure on the podium. Runs good 4x4 for Botswana, but at the end of the day, he has always been having good seasons. Is this the season when we're gonna see him continue um to progress, to improve, and actually hold it down? Because the season is long, and for you to be running 44-2 now in, well, latter part of April, it's soon May, but I mean, I think this is a very fast time for him. I'm looking for athletes to be at like probably 44, mid 44, 8 thereabout, like a Kirani James or a Cullen. But to ensure that you maintain this throughout the season, it's gonna be very difficult. For Christopher Bailey, I think he's still a little bit into his running coming off the indoor season. But it's for us to see how these athletes are going to really, transition and hold this up for the entire period of the season. Yeah. Wardell Tinge took the world lead in the uh 110-meter hurdles. Massive world lead, 13.06. Yeah. Big run from the United States man ahead of the Japanese, 13.14. Jung Lu, 13.24. Answer Parchment was a pedestrian, 13.49. But I think that is creditable well for Answer in terms of where he wants to be. Freddie Crittenden, 13.28. Or Danielle Roberts, 13.35. I mean, you're gonna see these athletes shaving as the season progresses. You're definitely gonna see them shaving. I'm not even worried about none of these athletes. It's nothing to really worry about for me. Yeah, but in the 200 meters, Anavia Battle, she clocked 22.41, a meet record and a season best for her, as she was ahead of Shericka Jackson, 22.79 season best, Prandini 22.97, Shen 22.99, Amy Hunt 23.06, and all of these athletes were like um in the 23 bracket. Even Twanisha Terry, she was 23.50. Kambunji, the indoor champion over 60 meters, 23.51. So this one was very competitive if you ask me. From the top four, they got a good start, especially Kambunji. Kambunji got a good start, even though she wasn't able to finish as strong as she wanted. Yeah, I guess that 60 meters still in the legs. But Anavia Battle, she actually stood out in this one because she surged ahead of the field. Uh, I think it was a good execution from Shericka Jackson. Good execution. And why I put mission accomplished, I believe that this was what she wanted to finish the race injury free. I remember Shericka said that she running that 300 meters, it felt like she was just running again. Yeah, it was like she was getting used to running again. So obviously that injury was a terrible one. And for her to come out here and drop a 22.7, I think that's not a bad start in terms of her comeback. For me, I would probably looking for a 22.6 thereabout, but not far off. But definitely, this is a good one from Shericka. It just goes to show that she's going to be progressing throughout the season. She indicated at the press conference that the season is going to be long, which everyone knows. But I think that she's timing herself or pacing herself, wanting of a better term, to ensure that she progress. You call it incrementally throughout the season. So I mean, I think this was expected, not something fast I was looking for. Like I said, 22.6 thereabout, but she did not do it. But that is the way it is. Also, in the men's 100 meters, we saw Akane Simbini, the world leader. He continues to do well as he took that one in 9:99 ahead of another African, the Kenyan, Omeniala Ferdinand. Uh, he clocked 10.13. Azu, the man where some people are rate, well, season best 10.17. Good run from him nonetheless. He was ahead of Christian Coleman 10.18. Kennedy was 10.18 as well. SME 10.19. Thibaut Hort 10.20. Ron Watson 10.31 and Sonny Brown 10.42. So, nonetheless, it was a good run from these athletes. And right there we have it. We see where the athletes are progressing nicely. You understand? Definitely the first one, nothing much to talk about. Faith Kipegan went after the record, but she just missed it. But it's a world lead and it's a meet record from her. Big, big, big run from the one, Faith Kipegan. Natoya Gould in that one was fifth, 2 minutes 34.71. So good to see Natoya getting in the mix there. In the women's 110-meter hurdles, Danielle Williams stood tall. I think she's up for a good season. I think Danielle is up for a good season. Grace Stark had a beautiful start. She was leading. I think Grace Stark is doing well thus far this season. You know what I mean? But she was leading. However, the top end of Danielle and the good early technique was able to, get the win in the nick of time. 12.53 ahead of Grace Stark, 12.58. Marion Forey of South Africa, 12.62. Toby Amison, 12.74. Pia was 12.81. Tony Marshall, 12.92. Yanni, 13 seconds flat. Nia Ali was 13.23. Clay, 13.19. And Devin Charlton she had some issue in her rhythm, and she was not able to finish that one. So I mean, Devin Charlton has to regroup and come again as she takes on these ladies. And remember, no, you see the 100-meter hurdles for women, it's one that is always, you know, shifting from winner to winner to winner. But I'm looking for something special from Danielle Williams this year. Yeah, I think she's ripe. I think she's right in the mix, and certainly, she is going to do well. What are your thoughts on this one, my people? Thanks for joining us. Thanks for tuning in. Until next time, stay safe. Peace out.